All right, in this video, I'm going to be working with you through these problems on page 12 of your packet. Now, page 12 of the packet that has the hexagon on the front that looks like this. This says study guide, ratio and proportions, extra unit practice. Okay, and it has that pentagon at the bottom. Okay, now page 12 is on the back side of page 11, which looks like this. And page 11 talks about the cars at the car wash, and we graphed it. Miss Wesley graded it with a marker and passed it back. So that was page 11. So this is page 12 on the back side. If you don't have this paper yet, go ahead and hit pause right here until you find the paper. All right, now that you found your paper, the first thing we're going to look at, we've got a double number line, a graph, a ratio table, a bar model, tape diagram, and the word problem. So we're going to start with the word problem, and then we're going to go with our double number line. So the word problem says, Gina is making lemonade. For every 3 lemons, she needs a ½ cup of sugar. So we're comparing lemons to sugar. All right, so you write that down, and for every 3 lemons, she needs a ½ cup of sugar. Okay, now if she has 1½ dozen lemons, how much sugar does she need? Well, 1½ dozen, let's talk about this. How much is 1 dozen? So 1 dozen is 12 lemons, good job. And then half of that, what's half of a dozen? So a ½ dozen is going to be 6. So 1½ gives you 1½ dozen. So 12 plus 6 is 18 lemons. Okay. So first we're going to use our original ratio of lemons 3, sugar 1/2. I'm going to pause here to make sure you wrote these notes on your page 12 as well. If you need me to pause longer, hit pause on your computer. So we're going to look at the original ratio of lemons to sugar. So up here in these double number lines, we're going to make our top number line be lemons. Bottom number line is going to be sugar. Okay. And now we got to figure out what we're going to go by on our number line with lemons. So we're going to go with 3s. Okay. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. And you know, 18 sounds familiar because that's our 12.5 lemons. So that's our target we want to get to. This is our original ratio. So now for 3 lemons, how much sugar did they use? 1/2. So we're going to go 1/2 here. Now if we have a ½ plus a ½, because we're doubling it, 1. 1 plus another ½ 1.5. Plus an additional ½ is 2. Plus an additional ½ is 2.5. Plus another ½ is 3. So again, if we're looking just at this number line, 1/2, we double it, we get 1. Add another ½ to it, you get a ½ every time we're increasing by a ½, just like up here every time we are increasing by 3. And again, we decided to increase by 3.5 because of the original ratio of lemons to sugar. So then it said if I have 18 lemons, how much sugar will I need? Boom, I will need 3 cups of sugar. So that's the answer for our problem. We're going to write that down here. It's 3 cups of sugar. And again, anytime that you need to pause to write some of this down, just hit pause on your computer. So now we're going to fill out our ratio table. And we're going to have lemons to sugar. And if you look at your lemons, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. And our sugar, we did for 3 lemons, ½ cup of sugar. 6 lemons, a whole cup of sugar. 9 lemons, 1 1/2 cups of sugar. 12 lemons, 2 cups of sugar. 2.5, 3. And again, we get our answer again, that 18 lemons has 3 cups of sugar. So now we're going to graph these points, X and Y. So lemons are going to be X, sugar is going to be Y. So this is going to be lemons. And it looks like I'm going by 3s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 18. Okay. And then sugar, we need to go by halves. So if this is a ½ this is 1, a ½ 2, 2.5, 3. And then we graph our points. So 3 lemons, ½ cup of sugar. So 3.5, 6 and 1, 6, 1, 9, 1.5, 12, 2, 15, 2.5, and then 18 and 3. Now, at any time, if you need to pause this to get caught up, please do. And you notice that all of our plotted points are in a straight line. So if we looked at that graph, it would tell us that this is a proportional relationship. So now down here, we need to do a bar model or a tape diagram. So we're going to do lemons to sugar, and for every 3 lemons, we're going to have a half cup of sugar. So if this is 3 lemons, you need it to 18 lemons, so you would write this 6 more times. So more. Miss Wesley's not being super neat. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then every time you're adding another half of sugar. So we've got 18 lemons. So we've got 1, 2, 3 cups of sugar. So you can pause the video here if you need to copy down any of this work. So now we've reviewed everything we've been working on for the last few weeks. We reviewed ratio tables, graphing, double number lines, bar modeling. Okay, so now that was page 12. Now you're going to tackle page 13, which looks like this. It's got the little paint can at the top, and the word problem says Melanie's making slimy gloopy goo for a science project. The mixture uses glue and laundry starch in a ratio of 3 to 2. Melanie wants to make 30 ounces of the mixture. How much of each ingredient will she need? So you're going to use this word problem. You're going to create it on a double number line, do it on a ratio table, do it with a graph, and do it with a bar model. Once you've done all of that, check and make sure you've also taken care of everything on the side. I just caught a mistake of my own. We put lemons here, but we forgot to label that this side was sugar. So again, when you've completed everything on page 13, I want you to please put your name on it at the top, okay? Tear it out of your packet and place it in the bin. Again, you can rewind this video as many times as you need to get help as you're completing page 13, again, that needs to go in the bin.